celebrate the state.
The people.
The magic.
The memories.
The bright lights and high rides.
The sparkling eyes.
Over 2 full weekends.
The Royal Adelaide Show. The show of a lifetime. Pre-purchase tickets and save. theshow.com.au.
This event is special because it's the premium wine show in Australia. South Australia makes 75% of Australia's wines, and this is where we have the best wine. If you want to understand wine and enjoy wine, come here.
It's great value, It really is. It's such good value. You can go to a tasting sort of event anywhere, but it's not going to be like thousands, like literally thousands.
There's some new wines that you don't ever see in some of the wineries. And to get such a broad spectrum of wine in one night is brilliant.
We're talking about wines that are just out on the tables here that are upwards of $150, $200 bottles, right down to your $20, $30 bottles, which are great to get into as well.
There is a wine here for everybody. There's about 70 different categories of wine, and you just got to get out there. You've got the freedom to pick up the bottle, put it in your glass and taste.
I think it's good that it's a little bit unstructured, and I don't mean that in a chaotic way. Nobody's here trying to stop you from opening a red or opening a white or whatever.
This beats like going to cellar doors and stuff. It just cuts all of that out. Like
the access to everything, no big queues to wait around for one bottle.
Fortunately, I spent the extra $10 to do the masterclass at 5:30. And that was fantastic to try the award-winning wines.
I keep coming back each year because I enjoy seeing the new vintages, the new wines, the new take on some of the old style wines. Amazing.
The original creators of freestyle motocross are back with the all-new Krusty Demons Rise of the Demon World Tour, featuring an all-star lineup of the world's best FMX riders, world record holders, Krusty Babes, and fan favourites, including Australia's own Jackson Strong. This ain't no circus. Taking over the country with 12 massive shows. Tickets on sale now at Krusty.com.
It's a fantastic show this year, love it.
We come over to the Adelaide show here every year.
I'm really excited to be competing today.
Well, a very good afternoon to you all. My name is Lindsay Douglas. I'm here with the wonderful voice of the Royal Adelaide Show, Peter Hegney. Peter, we have a very exciting class coming up here for all of our viewers online.
Much more exciting than my voice, Lindsay, I can assure you. But it is, though. It's a well-sought-after prize, the champion pony hack, not exceeding 12.2 hands. And from what I've observed, the classes have been excellent. They've been fantastic. Some wonderful ponies here. Great credit to the competitors. We're going to talk through as the ponies go out and perform. There were, I think, 6 classes for which ponies could be eligible for this Champion Pony Award, and all those winners from each individual class have come in for this Champion Award.
Indeed, our judge is Marcia Beard. She joins us from southwest Victoria, a town called Warong. And it was only this time last year she was at Royal Melbourne Show, where she had a champion there in Ryle Monarch. And we are indeed very, very lucky to have her here judging at this year's show. They've just gone on the circle now, so we'll allow you to watch that vision. We know that you're here for them and not us, and we'll be bringing you information throughout the class. Enjoy our champion pony hack, not exceeding 12.2 hands. The judging has just commenced.
Well, Lindsay, as you have said, the ponies have commenced their work on the circle, so this is allowing our judge to get an overview of all these ponies. She has, of course, judged them in their class, but not against each other. So now she's got the opportunity to view these ponies collectively, and I'm sure in her mind she'll be thinking, oh, I like that one, or maybe I like that one a little more than I did this morning. But that aside, she's a very experienced lady. She's produced some wonderful ponies over the years herself with her father, and she's very competent in doing this job. There are, as I mentioned, 5 classes, in fact, for which ponies are eligible. The winner of the Class 109 for ponies under 11.2, that was number 371. That's Jenny Daffy's Serendipity Black Park Exquisite. The winner of Class 110, ponies over 11.2 and under 12 hands, was number 365. That's Ascot Jador and I. Watkins and M. Harding's nomination. They're from Virginia here in South Australia. Class 111 was the 12 to 12.2 pony class. That class was won by number 437. That's Newington Tinkerbell, owned by Catherine Gale, and Catherine from over on the west coast of South Australia at Angara. Class 113 was the gelding class for ponies under 12.2 hands, and that was won by number 454. This is Rocky Hill Prince Charming and Zara Misson from Kilmany in Victoria. And finally, Class 392, the mare class for ponies under 12.2, was won by number 392, and that was the Universal Stables and Kate Kairos' nomination, Braeburn Heavenly Soprano. So, 5 lovely ponies, Lindsay, I think you'd agree, and quite frankly, I don't envy our judge. Now, of course, you people at home know what's going on, and I'm sure you'll be judging yourself. But for those who perhaps have joined us and are not so familiar with what happens to judging at a show, maybe I can just run through with you. And my apologies to those people who do know exactly what's going on. As I say, the judge is looking for a quality pony. These are pony hacks. These are the pretty ponies of the show. These are finer type. In fact, many of them are miniature thoroughbreds, beautiful ponies. But she'll be looking for a pony that is correctly conformed, that has good conformation, but also a pony that has good movement. It must have 3 good paces, a good walk, a good trot, and a good canter. It may be that our judge, Marcia Beard, will also ask them to show a little lengthening or extension at the trot and canter, but we will wait and see what happens there. But in the meantime, she's assessing them collectively, and again, just having a look how they're moving on the circle. We'll also have to wait and see, Lindsay, whether in fact she's going to set a workout. Some judges are inclined to set a workout, which will show off the horse's ability, but conversely, some other judges allow the riders to perform a free workout, which gives the riders the opportunity to produce their horse and present their horse in the best possible light. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen there. Sometimes with children, and most of these riders in this class are children, obviously, on ponies under 12.2, it can be a little confusing if they're asked to do a free workout. They have to sort out what they want to do. And usually the judge says, don't be out there for half an hour, just present your pony and show it off to great advantage. But we'll wait and see what happens there. So they've changed rein. They're cantering now, obviously, on the right rein, and I'm sure very shortly we'll have them lined up and see how the individual workout goes.
Well, we look back through the history books here, and there are some fine names and fine exhibitors who have had success here at the Royal Adelaide Show as a champion pony hack, not exceeding 12.2. Last year, it was the year for Newington Tinkerbell, exhibited here by Catherine Gale. In fact, Newington Tinkerbell also was our champion back in 2014. Roger Searle exhibiting back in those days. Look back through to 2017, it was DP Lady Di and Dale Plum. And if you're watching us online, we do encourage you to share with us your comments, your feedback. Who do you like the look of out there? And do you have any memories here of competing at the Royal Adelaide Show? We'd love to see your photos in the comments. We'd love to hear some of your stories. And if you know there's someone on the grounds here that is maybe a third-generation competitor, well, you can tell us about them, because we would love to find them and do a bit of an interview with them, just like we did with the March family and their heavy harness exhibits only a few moments ago. Well, 2016 was the year for Regal Ballerina, shown by the Reamer family from Victoria, Danielle. And her mother had great success out here too. Back in 2013 with Radford Lodge Candy Cane, and previously with Radford Lodge Socialite. In fact, Candy Cane took it out 2 years, not consecutively, but 2011 and 2013. And the McMahons and McCormicks have had successes here too, with Silkwood Angel Wings. We'll allow each of our competitors to do a workout, and we'll see if we can get in to do an interview after they have done the workout, which would be more appropriate. The first of those to work out is just getting their instruction now from our stewards. Of course, the wonderful stewards behind Royal Shows are not only experts in their own right and their own equestrian pursuits, but they give up their time as volunteers. It's a very prestigious role. They're in charge of communicating between the judge and the competitors, also making sure that the way the judge wants to judge the class is done that they do. So you can see at the moment our stewards are in fact communicating with each of our exhibitors to let them know which order they'd like them in and who will be first to work out. You can see on your screen now they're each lining up. Well, looking back through the record books again, 2015, this champion was Harrington Park Symphony. Maddie Ginn, the successful exhibitor that year. All the way back to 10 years ago, Roger Searle had another of his successful nominations with Coal Beach Swell. Well, as Peter Hegney mentioned to you before, this is a subjective judging in our horse ring, and we know we do have many viewers online now who are competitors themselves, and they know how it all works. But for the young people and perhaps the people not involved in the horse show arena, I want to tell you a bit about what our judge will be looking for here today. And really, at a royal level, they will be splitting hairs because the quality of these exhibits is quite extraordinary. Many of these exhibitors will have had success at the highest level at other shows, at agricultural shows, at Show Horse Council events, at events like Grand National. But here, the judge will be judging them on the day for their quality. So a show horse must give the impression of covering the ground really easily and fluently, so we'll be trying to see that now, and our riders will be trying to express that for our judge as they make their way out for the individual workouts. The horse needs to be well balanced and work without any really obvious effort from the rider. So you'll notice as you're going around, you're not seeing any untoward assistance from the rider, and that the judge will the horse, I should say, will change gaits, it will change paces, and that will all be happening very discreetly. And the overall principle that the judge will be looking for is a beautifully conformed horse, a pony of the highest quality that is a magnificent mover and has lovely manners and paces. You can see them all lined up now.
Everyone's good.
The first of our exhibits to work out will be number 437. This is in fact the twice successful champion in this class. Now I can tell you that because we're on the live stream. Of course, if we were on the PA system here at the Royal Adelaide Show, we wouldn't announce that. So we want the judge to judge as they see them today. And we know that Marcia Beard will be looking at each of their horses as they work out individually on their performance here today. But I can tell you, as our viewers at home, that this is Newington Tinkerbell, Catherine Gale's nomination, 2018's champion pony hack, not exceeding 12.2.
Thanks, Lindsay. Well, it appears our judge has set a workout for these competitors, and as a consequence, the judge will be looking for the riders and the ponies to perform the movements which he has set. As you mentioned, the first of them is number 437. This is Newington Tinkerbell, owned by Catherine Gale and being ridden by Ella Manning. A very successful pony indeed, as you mentioned, champion here on 2 occasions, I think you mentioned. So she's certainly going to be a very worthy contender for champion pony, not exceeding 12.2 again this year. So, our first pony, Newington Tinkerbell, owned by Catherine Gale, ridden by Ella Manning. It appears there that our judge has asked for some lengthening across the top of the arena and then into the canter. A change in the centre and a canter left. And of course it is worth keeping in mind, in the meantime, the other end of the arena, there's a show jumping event going on. So these ponies be a little bit intimidated, a little bit scared by the show jumpers. It's a very big track and a lot of competitors in the class. But this pony appears to be coping very well with it. These days, of course, ponies don't see a lot of show jumping. Years gone by, there was show jumping at almost every agricultural show that was conducted, but that rarely occurs now, and some of these ponies, in fact, only ever see show jumpers when they come to a royal show. So you can understand that it might be a little bit intimidating on some occasions. But Newington Tinkerbell is a pony who has been around for a number of years, has been highly, highly successful, and I'd suggest by the looks of that, she's coped very well. So I think perhaps she has set the standard for the remainder of the competition, but that's only my opinion. I'm not the judge, but looked good to me, Lindsay.
Well, yes, that's what we encourage everyone to do here. Be your own judge for a moment. Tell us what you like in terms of the quality out there. And Marcia Beard will be the only judge whose opinion matters here today. And Marcia, as I mentioned before, if you've just joined us, has had great success in the show ring herself. In fact, last year had Royal Monarch, the small pony champion at both Royal Melbourne and Royal Geelong. Got the double. And a few years prior to that was showing Royal Minuet and had some great successes there. Similar shows with Supreme-led riding and Supreme-led open pony. It's also won some under saddles as well and was reserve champion at some major shows as well. Well, when Marcia Beard is not out judging in the show ring or exhibiting herself, she's an intensive care nurse, and as I mentioned earlier, from southwest Victoria, a little community called Warong. Well, our exhibit that has made its way out now for the workout, catalogue number 365, Ascot Jador.
Thanks, Lindy. Yes, number 365. This pony won the class for over 11.2 and under 12 hands. Is Ascot Jador, and ridden by Georgia Cronin from Virginia here in South Australia. Well, there, a show jumper coming straight towards the pony, but it didn't seem to worry about it at all. A little bit of lengthening at the camp. See, Lindsay, again, it's not for me to say, but I would think that Marcia would be very happy with her lineup of ponies here. To me, naively, they look an impressive lot of ponies. Some lovely, lovely ponies indeed. There's been a massive influence of riding pony breeding, of course, in our ponies, and in some cases, I think maybe our smaller ponies are even better than our bigger ponies. I was fortunate to attend a large show overseas just a little earlier this year, and I've got to say, after seeing the ponies there, our Australian ponies are very comparable, in fact, almost better, quite frankly. I know that sounds a bit Australian-centric, but I'm happy to be that way because our ponies are wonderful. And I think actually, in fairness, the English actually realise that now. There was a time when that wasn't the case, and we probably were receiving from overseas some of their lesser-bred ponies, their lesser conformed ones, but now we're breeding our own with the influence of those English riding ponies, and there's some lovely, lovely ponies indeed. And we're certainly seeing that here today at the Royal Adelaide Show with the judging of the champion pony hack not exceeding 12.2.
If you've not had a show experience yourself, I'll let you know how we reward or award at the end of these classes. You'll see a tri-coloured ribbon presented. That is our champion ribbon. It is red, white and blue. And you'll also see a reserve champion ribbon awarded too. That will be purple. In a class before champion classes, it's quite similar to, I guess, sporting pursuits that we're used to at school, and that's where we have blue for first, red for second, white for third, yellow for fourth and green for fifth. And at the Royal Adelaide Show, we only award up to sixth place with the exception of the World Cup on Thursday, which is show jumping, and sixth is brown. But as we mentioned before, it is no mean feat to make it through to a royal show. The hours, the labour of love that is involved in maintaining these ponies, getting them show ready, and even the hours that are required in the lead up to today just to get them out here looking resplendent for our judge, Marcia Beard. It's quite extraordinary, and each of these exhibitors should be commended for their efforts.
Competing now is the winner of the under 11.2 pony class, I believe. Number 371, Serendipity Park Exquisite, and Talia Young. Serendipity Park Exquisite is owned by Jenny Daffy. Jenny and her husband John over many years have been wonderful competitors. John was a great show jumping rider. Jenny showed hacks successfully. She's still showing Galloways and ponies as well, and obviously she has one here, but on this occasion it's being ridden by Talia Young. Number 371, the winner of the under 11.2 class, Serendipity Park Exquisite. Competing now is the winner of the under 12.2 mare class. It was class 112 at the show. It is in fact number 392, and this is Kate Kairos and Universal Stables nomination, Braeburn Heavenly Soprano, being ridden by Kate Kairos herself. So on this occasion, the owner, the rider, and she won the mare class under 12.2.
Well, one of our young competitors here is Ella Manning. We have got approval to speak to some of our competitors after they have done their workout. Ella, tell us, where have you competed in the lead up to today?
I've competed not a lot really. She hasn't been to a heap of shows before here, but she had her open to qualify for this one, and she sat out the mare because she won the open.
Tell us, whereabouts are you based and who helps you with your riding?
I'm based in Mount Barker, and Margot Haynes, David Quayle, Catherine Gale and Mum and Dad all help me out with my riding.
Lovely to speak to you here today. We'll speak to a couple of our competitors throughout the day. We've got another of our competitors on course at the moment doing their workout, their individual workout. Well, Georgia Cronin, you've already done your workout here today. You're feeling pretty happy?
Yeah, it's quite a good workout. Yeah, she did really well.
Can you tell us about this exhibit?
She's actually not my pony. She's actually Imogen Watkins pony. She's amazing. She's so easy to ride. I don't know, she's awesome, yeah.
And a pretty fantastic little rider on board. You've had some wonderful successes around the show circuit. Where have you been earlier this year?
We went to Brisbane Royal last week, yeah, and I won my child's large hunter pony, so that was really good. Yeah, horse of the year, yeah, all those, yeah.
Well, wonderful to speak to you today, Georgia. All the very best with your classes, and I'll hand the mic back to Peter Hegney now as the next of our competitors heads out.
Our final pony about to compete now was the winner of the gelding class, not exceeding 12.2 hands, and the winner of that class was number 454. This is Rocky Hill Prince Charming, owned and ridden by Zara Misson from Kilmany in Victoria. We very much welcome our interstate competitors here to the Royal Adelaide Show. We have competitors from most states of Australia. I'm not sure we have anybody from the West this year, but certainly from Queensland, from New South Wales, from Victoria, of course, a big contingent come across. They love the surface here at the Adelaide Royal Show. It is truly magnificent. It's a great credit to the curators here, and as a consequence, horses are performing particularly well. So, our final horse to compete, the gelding winner, under 12.2, Rocky Hill Prince Charming and Zara Misson. Now, Lindsay, what will happen now at the conclusion of the workouts of these horses? Our judge will select her champion, and then the second place getter in the class that supplies the champion will have the opportunity to come in and vie for reserve. And that comes about because it could be that the second place getter in that particular class, if that class was very strong, may be better than the winner of the other classes. That's not always the case, of course, but it does give that the opportunity for that second place getter to come in and vie for the reserve championship. So, who's our champion? Then we'll see who comes in for the reserve.
Thank you very much, Peter Hegney. We've now seen several of our successful winners from previous classes here today do their champion workout for our judge, Marcia Beard. And that you've just seen catalogue 454 if you've just joined us. Rocky Hill Prince Charming and Zara Misson.
Not number one, sorry.
Well, the judge has asked for our competitors to come out on the circle once again. As I mentioned before, it's like splitting hairs in this level of competition.
And I find it interesting too that we have a pony in this, so I'm not quite sure what colour, but he basically is a very dark Palomino pony. So I know in commentating earlier in the day we were discussing, Taddy McLean, the show jumping commentator, and I, about the coloured horses that appear now, and there seems to be very little colour prejudice. There was some years ago, I guess. It was difficult if you had an odd coloured horse or a broken coloured horse to be competitive in the show horse classes, but that really doesn't apply today. In fact, quite frankly, there's quite a strong demand for a big hack hunter horse if he's broken coloured. Because I guess apart from anything else, he's going to stand out in the class, isn't he? The judge isn't going to miss him. He's going to remember him. But having said that, at the end of the day, a good horse is a good horse is a good horse. So colour actually becomes irrelevant. And I'm quite sure now that judges are way too experienced to be influenced by colour. There is no colour prejudice anymore. All right, our ponies have been lined up. Our judge making her final decision, and we'll see which pony comes in to vie with the other class winners for the reserve championship.
Well, those in the know will work it out on their own. They will say, hold on, the one coming out now to work out was indeed second to a horse that's out there now, and they will have concluded who our champion is. Now, of course, it would be against protocol for us to announce that, but we'll allow you to work that out for those who are familiar with how the horse show works. Well, I've taken you back about 10 years in terms of the history of this class, but I'd love to go a little bit further as we have a moment. In 2008, as in 2006, and I don't have the record for 2007, it was Silkwood Angel Wings, the McCormick and McMahon families having success. What was that, 11 and 12 years ago? And Holly Spring Show was our champion back in 2005. The Lindale Stables. Previous to that, they actually had another winner, Coal Beach Bouquet, back in 2004. Langtree Cartier was our champion with the McDowell and Cowie families in 2003. Janlin Royal Secret and Tess Hughes, the champions in 2002. Dunelm Lace with Rebecca Whitehead of Melbourne. Rebecca not able to come to Royal Adelaide this year, but I spoke to her earlier in the week and just said what extraordinary memories they have had out here competing and what a joy it is to compete at this prestigious event. In 2000 it was Lesfield Blue Denim, the Gals nomination. Lesfield Pony Stud, of course, had great successes for many years, and Blue Denim very well remembered and well loved. 1999 it was Bell Bray Rosebud and the Clark family nominating that year. And the records that I have go all the way back to 1998, where Quamby Park Showgirl was our champion and the Hassels were the successful exhibitors.
Well, Lindsay, we've got an interesting situation here, and I shouldn't really be preempting, and I won't preempt the result, the champion announcement. Suffice to say, no second place getter actually came in the ring to vie for champion. I will explain to you very shortly why that didn't occur. It probably contradicts all that talk I was giving you before about the second place getter coming in, because it may be better than the winners of the other classes. But when the champion is brought forward, I can just explain a little more to you what's occurred there. Ladies and gentlemen, there's our champion. Our champion is number 437, Newington Tinkerbell. Owned by Catherine Gale, ridden by Ella Manning. So, Lindsay, that's 3 times now. Wonderful, wonderful performance. And just before I hand over to you, can I say that our reserve champion, therefore, is number 392, and that's Kate Kairos and Universal Stables entry, Braeburn Heavenly Soprano. Now, that pony was second to the champion in its open class, but it also then came out and won the gelding class under, I beg your pardon, the mare class under 12 too. So it was a winner in its own right. It was already out there as a contender for the championship award, and it has now taken the reserve championship. So that was a classic case in many ways of the second place getter to the champion being awarded the reserve championship. But a great win to Newington Tinkerbell, our champion pony, not exceeding 12-2 for the 3rd time.
Well, Catherine Gale will just be over the moon with that result here today. And it's just a magnificent moment at a royal show where you see the presentation of the champion tricoloured ribbon, the highly coveted ribbon, that beautiful champion rug that is now sitting atop Newington Tinkerbell. And the garland being presented as well by Marcia Beard. I'll tell you what, it hasn't. It's been 2 years consecutively for this champion, but also several years prior to that, I was champion under previous exhibitor, Mr. Roger Searle. And the photographs being taken now to capture the moment. A moment no one will be forgetting anytime soon, I don't think. This is pretty extraordinary. Well, Marcia Beard here, our judge. and has come to us from Victoria. Has had great successes in the show ring as well. But tell me, what was the quality you were looking for here today? How did you make the decision you've made?
Look, they're just all beautiful ponies, beautifully presented, all worked exceptionally, and just on the day, they're both just lovely ponies. And I just like them on the day.
Are you enjoying your time here judging at the show?
Yes, very, very busy, but no, it's been exceptional. Thank you very much.
Well, Marcy Beard, you have a busy day still ahead of you. More champions to judge?
Yes, one more to go.
We'll see you out there for your next class, but we'll try and get a quick interview now with our champion rider on Newington Tinkerbell. Thank you so much, Marcia.
Thank you very much. You can follow the pink coat.
No, we're going to miss them. The stewards are going to take them out of the ring. That's how Royals run. It's all done very expertly and professionally. But we'll have another class coming to you. We've got our pony show hunters coming in just a moment. We'll take you over to that class in 1 moment's time.
Let's celebrate the state.
The people.
The magic.
The memories.
The bright lights and high rides.
The sparkling eyes.
Over 2 full weekends.
The Royal Adelaide Show. The show of a lifetime. Free purchase tickets and save. theshow.com.au.
This event is special because it's the premium wine show in Australia. South Australia makes 75% of Australia's wines, and this is where we have the best wine. If you want to understand wine and enjoy wine, come here.
It's great value.
Yeah.
It really is. It's such good value. You can go to a tasting sort of event anywhere, but it's not going to be like thousands, like literally thousands.
There's some new wines that you don't ever see in some of the wineries. And to get such a broad spectrum of wine in one night is brilliant.
We're talking about wines that are just out on the tables here that are upwards of $150, $200 bottles, right down to your $20, $30 bottles, which are great to get into as well.
There is a wine here for everybody. There's about 70 different categories of wine, and you just got to get out there. You've got the freedom to pick up the bottle, put it in your glass and taste.
I think it's good that it's a little bit unstructured, and I don't mean that in a chaotic way. Nobody's here trying to stop you from opening a red or opening a white or whatever.
This beats like going to cellar doors and stuff. It just cuts all of that out. Like
The access to everything, no big queues to wait around for one bottle.
Fortunately, I spent the extra $10 to do the masterclass at 5:30. And that was fantastic to try the award-winning wines.
I keep coming back each year because I enjoy seeing the new vintages, the new wines, the new take on some of the old style wines. Amazing.
Well, welcome back to our viewers on the live stream, whether you're joining us on Facebook, on YouTube or via the Stock Journal. Welcome to you all, and we know that we have some horse enthusiasts joining us for these classes now. We're about to see the judging of champion show hunter pony, 12.2 not exceeding 14 hands. Peter Hegney, I believe we have 4 or 5 exhibitors here?
5 we do, Lindsay, yes we do. We have 5 class winners, the big class, 13.2 to 14 hand class, the 13.2 to 13.2 and of course 12.2 to 13 hand. We also have the winner of the gelding class between 12.2 and 14 hands, and the mare class between 12.2 and 14 hands. And as I look in the background, I can see one of our horses already working. Our judges already assessed them on the circle, and we mentioned earlier when talking about the pony hack classes, how the judge likes to see the ponies collectively. I think it makes a good chance to have an assessment of them when they come out. Of course they've seen them in their individual classes, but not competing against each other. So they've had our judges had that opportunity to do that. Now she's asking for an individual workout. And our first competitor is the winner of the gelding class between 12.2 and 14 hands, and that's number 579, and that's Laureate Breaking Dawn, and owned and ridden by Rebecca Gerber from Sundry in Victoria.
Well, we'll allow you to enjoy watching each of our competitors work out now for champion show hunter pony, not exceeding 14 hands. We'll bring you information throughout the classes. And our judge here today, Kim Johnson from Queensland. She had great success only 2 weeks ago at Ekka, where she had Farley Anastasia, I think it was in the riding pony section, and also... Fun fact, she and her daughter exhibit, I think, the tallest registered saddle pony in Australia, and we'll let you have a bit of a watch of this class now.
Our second pony to compete will be the winner of the 13.2 to 14 hand open show hunter pony class, and this was competitor at number 567. This is Argyle Diamond, nominated by the Argyle Stud, owned by Andrew and Charlie Hunt from Kangarilla in South Australia, and Argyle Diamond being ridden by Charlie Hunt.
Well, Kim Johnson, judge here today. I mentioned before, I couldn't think of the name of that fabulous tall horse that she has out here that is the largest registered riding pony in Australia, and his name has just come back to me. It's Intense. What a great name for a big, tall riding pony. And also, I believe she's recently become a grandmother with her daughter and her partner, recently having a baby boy, Lincoln. So congratulations, and it was interesting talking to Kim the other day. She said she identifies as not only a crazy horse lady, but also a crazy dog lady. So she loves her horses and her dogs, and now she's got a beautiful baby grandson, Lincoln, as well. Well, we watched our finer ponies out here before, and Peter Hegney used a beautiful expression to say they are like small, neat thoroughbreds out there. But this show hunters now, there's some greater substance to them. There's a different quality we're looking for out there in terms of the type of horse here.
Yes, Lindsay, that's exactly right. These show hunter classes were only introduced into showing in recent times. They'd been very, very popular in the United Kingdom for a number of years, and some of the competitors out here felt that some of these slightly heavier type of ponies were just up against it with the introduction of the English riding ponies, those very fine ponies. As a consequence, after much debate, the show hunter classes were introduced, and I've got to say they've been an outstanding success. As you say, these ponies just have a little more substance, a little heavier in the bone, not quite as fine, but in the show ring they still have to have quality. And I think the lineup that our judge Kim Johnson has got here is certainly a quality lineup of show hunters. The show hunter, of course, theoretically could go out hunting in the hunting field, so they've got to have a little substance, they've got to be strong, they've got to be suitable for children to ride, because after all that's the size they are. Now in this class I noticed we've got a very young rider and one or two more mature riders, so to speak, but in principle of the show hunter ponies, and we'll see it with the smaller ponies, where the Welsh breed has certainly come into its own, whereas hitherto they were being a little overshadowed by the finer riding ponies in the open pony classes. But that's not the case anymore. The Welsh ponies have found their niche in these hunter classes. There's some wonderful, wonderful ponies out there. Some of the classes with those smaller ponies, which we're going to see a little later in the under 12-2 class, you'll see some wonderful ponies with a lot of Welsh blood in them. But in the meantime, we're seeing the bigger ponies, the 12-2 to 14 hand ponies, and they're working individually now for our judge, Kim Johnson. And so far, Lindsay, I've got to say, these ponies look to be handling this situation extremely well.
Well, a reminder to you, if you're joining us on Facebook, if you're joining us on YouTube, we want to see your comments. Ask us some questions. Tell us what you like about what you're seeing here today. And we'd love to have you out here at the show as well. If you could make it out to the show over the next few days, encourage you to do it, because as it was so aptly put by Councillor Hamish Finlay before, the sights and smells and the colour and movement, it is all very unique to actually being here on site at the show.
Because they're quite far away on the long zoom.
Well, I'm here with Rebecca Gerber and Laurie at Breaking Dawn. They've already worked out, so I'll have a quick chat in a moment. But the horse that's working out at the moment
is Kate Kairos on Coal Beach Holly Diamond. This horse was the winner of the mare class, the 12-2 to 14-2 class in the mare section. Coal Beach Holly's Diamond.
Well, we've got Laurie at Breaking Dawn. He was the first of our horses to work out. Rebecca, tell us a bit about where you're based, where you're from, and a bit about this exhibit.
I'm from Sunbury, which we've made the trip from Melbourne over here. This pony's been champion here 3 times. He's a Grand National winner, and he just did a super workout, so I was very proud of him.
It's so lovely to see your big smile on your face, because the love that our exhibitors have for their exhibits is quite extraordinary, isn't it?
Yes, I love this pony. It's my soulmate. I've had him since he was a weanling. I was given him from Laureate Stud. They breed Palominos, and he was chestnut, so I was lucky enough to get him. And yeah, he was a cheeky newcomer, but now he's just a seasoned boy, so he's super. I love him.
Well, we can see the love coming through in the way that you work together as a beautiful combination, and it's so lovely that you've given us a quick interview in the middle of your class. Now, I just wanted to ask you very quickly, what else are you competing in over the next few days?
He's got his child's classes tomorrow, and I've also got a hack here, so he'll be coming out tomorrow in the child's and then Tuesday in the hack classes.
Well, we'll let you enjoy watching your competitors out here for our champion show hunter hack under 14 hands. And you can see now Dale Plum's nomination, DP Chocolate. What a fantastic name.
Thanks, Lindsay. Yes, well, Dale Plum, of course, a name well known for showies right throughout Australia, one of the most successful showing competitors there has been. He comes from Cardinia in Victoria, and on this occasion his entry, DP Chocolate, the aptly named DP Chocolate, was ridden by his daughter Daisy. This pony was the winner of the 12-2 to 13 hand class. It's Daisy Plum and DP Chocolate.
Well, another of our competitors who has worked out so far, here's Argyle Diamond. Charlie, on board today. Tell us a bit about this exhibit. Not unfamiliar with these grounds.
No, she started here last year for her first year, and she managed to get herself best novice and champion. So, yeah, very excited to be lined up out here again in championship. So, yeah.
How did you come upon Argyle Diamond?
We actually bred her ourselves, so yeah, she's out one of our imported mares by one of our stallions, Fernley Fine Print, and yeah, so we broke her in. She's been there from birth to breaking in and now showing, so it's very exciting.
Now, you compete all over the circuit, but what does Royal Adelaide Show mean to you?
Oh, being our home talent, it's always that little bit special. You've got your friends and family around, so yeah, no, it's nice.
We're about to get your beautiful exhibit on camera here. We've got the camera just in front of us, so now everyone knows who we're talking about. And tell us, you've been coming to Royal Adelaide for many, many years, but have you enjoyed sort of being part of this? I guess explain for the boys and girls and mums and dads at home what it's like to compete here.
It's a lot of hard work and a lot of hours of no sleep. But yeah, look, we work really hard over the winter. It's the first big show of the season, so it's just great to sort of showcase what you've been practicing over winter and get it out there. And it's a beautiful, beautiful grounds to ride on. The grounds are always in magnificent condition. So yeah.
They are indeed spoken about all over Australia. Charlie, thank you for having a chat with us here today. Who have we got on course now?
Lindsay, we've got one of the youngest riders, in fact, by far the youngest rider in the class. It's number 247, the winner of the 13 to 13-2 class, a very, very successful pony, Elvinara Park Candyman. And this pony is nominated by Carmen Jackson, but ridden by her son Chase. Now, Chase is only 8 years of age. He's competing against some of these more mature ladies, Rebecca or Charlie, a little more mature, but nevertheless doing a super job. The future is, I think, pretty bright for an 8-year-old who can come out here and compete against these adults, and they're from Mount Nathan in Queensland.
We can see there Elvinara Park Candyman really covering the ground, and that's what a judge will want to see in their show hunter, that indeed this horse or this pony could really go out and go hunting for the day and carry their rider comfortably throughout the day. Well, Chase Jackson, only 2 weeks ago, I recall, was champion boy rider at Royal Queensland Show, and then a few months before that you see him down at Sydney Royal. So you are absolutely right, as an 8-year-old he's really making a mark on the show circuit. A lovely big applause there from some good supporters of Chase as they've come down from Queensland. Well, our judge now, Kim Johnson, has the unenviable task of choosing a champion from these magnificent exhibits, all wonderfully prepared and all successful in their own right at various other events. Chase, if they're not going to bring you back out on the circle, I'm not sure if they are, but I'm going to quickly try and get an interview here with young Chase Jackson. Chase, we see you at Sydney Royal, at Queensland Royal, at Melbourne Royal, at Royal Adelaide. Welcome back. How are you enjoying this show, and doesn't it look beautiful?
It sure does.
Now, who has helped you get ready for this show today?
Paul, Michaela, and my brother and my mum.
Yes, and tell us a little bit about this horse, Elvinara Park Candyman. What do you call Elvinara Park Candyman back in the paddock?
Hamey Burger.
I beg your pardon?
Hamey Burger.
Hamey Burger? I've never heard a name like that before. You look just magnificent up there, Chase. All the very best of luck to you. We'll allow our judge to do her job. We need to get out of the way here. And these are just 5 fantastic exhibits here. Our judge, as explained by Peter Hegney in our previous class, will have selected a champion, and ordinarily a contender who placed second to the champion in the previous class, the class that they've won in order to be eligible for champion, will be asked to work out for our judge, Kim Johnson. And Kim will fairly adjudicate that contender against the field of winners from previous classes, because it is possible that the second place is in fact as good or better than the winners of the other classes eligible here for champion. So we'll make our way over to the presentation ring and we'll bring you these results as soon as they come to hand.
Well, Lindsay, as our riders head over towards the presentation area, well, again, it's interesting. It looks like we don't need a second place getter to our champion to come in to vie for reserve. And that would therefore indicate that the pony that was second has already won another class, or the pony that was second was already out there. So, we're waiting. Great class. As Lindsay said, I don't envy the judges whatsoever in making the decisions in these very, very difficult classes. But ladies and gentlemen, there is our champion. Number 567, it's Argyle Diamond, owned by the Argyle stud of Andrew and Charlie Hunt from Kangaroo. The winner in 2018, a double. 2 years in succession to Argyle Diamond. Well, I'm sure that will give our judge some confidence too, because the pony won last year. Our reserve champion goes to the winner of the mare class, the 12-2 to 14 hand class. It's number 569. It's Cole Beats Holly's Diamond, owned and ridden by Kate Kairos from Medindi here in South Australia. A pony that I believe is stabled up there at Oakbank with the Laurie stables, and owned and ridden by Kate Kairos. So, a champion this year, champion last year, Argyle Diamond and Charlie Hunt.
Well, thank you so much, Peter Hegney. I go back through the record books and we see the name of Argyle Rembrandt and Francine Treneman back in 2017. Francine and Owendale Rembrandt having success 2 years ago. And it was Laureate Breaking Dawn, who we spoke to earlier today. We spoke to Rebecca Gerber, who has twice been champion here back in 2015 and 2016 in this very class. But it's Charlie Hunt's year, Argyle stud and Argyle Diamond. Well, Charlie, we're going to try and manage about 15 things at once here. The presentation of garlands and ribbons and I think we've got a rug coming out at some point too. Charlie, congratulations once again, second year in a row.
I know, fantastic, so exciting dreams.
Well, it's a very emotional moment, isn't it, here? You know, a beautiful day here at Royal Adelaide Show. Now, you talked a bit about this being a horse that you have indeed bred and owned and trained.
Yes, it certainly is. I think it makes it all more special. When you break them in and you breed them and have them from the start, it's really special to get this far with them.
Now, Argyle Diamond, when we go back to the paddock and we're celebrating this win, what do we call Diamond?
Diamond.
Well, I think you found yourself quite a gem there. You've bred a wonderful horse. Congratulations to you, Charlie Hunt, and allow these photographers now to get the moment in history. Kim Johnson, our judge, you have had great successes in your own right, but how is it being on the other side of the fence?
Absolutely wonderful. I'm well used to judging lots of shows. This is my first show judging at the Royal Show, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the occasion. It's just been fabulous. The quality's amazing. Yeah, thrilled to bits with my champion and reserve and all of my winners and place getters.
Well, it's been a wonderfully strong class, hasn't it? Just fantastic.
Absolutely, just beautiful. Really delighted.
You have another class to judge here today, don't you?
Yes, the champion small pony now, so small hunter pony.
Well, we look forward to bringing that class to all of our live stream viewers. Thank you for having a chat to us today, and you look magnificent in pink, I have to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Kim Johnson, our judge here today, all the way from sunny Queensland, judging at the Royal Adelaide Show. We have 2 more champion classes to bring you this afternoon. Stay with us. We're loving bringing this content to you, and please engage with us, talk to us, tell us what you think, comment, ask questions. We will try to answer them throughout the afternoon. And we are here to speak to both an audience of people that truly love the horse world, but also those who don't really know what they're watching. So ask your questions and I'll get Peter Hegney to answer them. How does that sound? We'll see you in a few moments' time.
Over to the Adelaide Show here every year.
I'm really excited to be competing today.
Celebrate the state.
The people.
The magic.
The memories.
The bright lights and high rides. The sparkling eyes.
Over 2 full weekends.
The Royal Adelaide Show, the show of a lifetime. Free purchase tickets and save. theshow.com.au.
Well, welcome back to all of you joining us on our live stream, whether it's on Facebook, on YouTube, or via the Stock Journal. My name is Lindsay Douglas, and we are bringing you the third of 4 champion classes being judged here in the main arena of the Royal Adelaide Show. Our judge today is Kim Johnston, and a moment ago she judged our champion show hunter ponies not exceeding 14 hands. Well, if you look behind me now, you might notice they're a little bit smaller this time. We are judging our champion show hunter ponies not exceeding 12.2. I think there's 5 of our competitors out there at the moment, as well as our eligible contenders, and they are just about to commence their workout. I'm sorry we were unable to bring you the circle prior to that. We were running from one announcement over to the next class, but we now have the very beginning of the first of our competitors working out, and we'll bring you as much information as we can via the live stream throughout each of their workouts. Enjoy, and welcome once again to the Royal Adelaide Show live stream.
Well, Lindsay, we're away now with our small show hunter ponies, and I mentioned earlier about how cute some of these ponies are, with a lot of Welsh breeding in them. In fact, as you see the pony going now, and this is number 532, this is Sarah Barker and Rivington Lollipop from Hope Forest here in South Australia. And I would suggest, without really knowing, that the pony has quite a bit of Welsh in it. Big white face, 4 white legs, a little splash down the near side hind quarter as well. But a deer pony, and again, these under 12.2 ponies should be suitable for young riders. Parents need to send their kids out on these hunter ponies with a great deal of confidence. And that is a cute little fella indeed, our first pony to compete, Rivington Lollipop and Sarah Barker.
Well, I can tell you, looking back through the history book, that one particular horse has reigned supreme here for 3 years consecutively. It was Kate Kiros's nomination of Owendale Beasting that was champion in 2018, 2017 and 2016. Prior to that, it was Rivington Rockstar and Edwina Sutherland, champions back in 2015.
Well, Lindsay, it appears that our judge has a set workout for these competitors. We mentioned earlier that sometimes the judges allow the riders to set their own workout and allow the riders to show their pony off to the best advantage. But in this case, it appears that our judge has a set workout, and included in that I see is some lengthening of stride at the canter, being a hunter pony. That is expected these days for the ponies to be able to lengthen a little bit, to not exactly gallop on, but certainly show some lengthening of stride. And that was our second competitor, Owendale Beasting and Kate Kiros. Well, remarkable record there, Lindsay. The last 3 years, 2016, 17 and 18. Wow. That is some record. Well, we'll see what our judge thinks. Can she make it 4 in a row?
I can hear you, Jodie. I can wear tips. Yeah, copy that. Is that? Yeah, that's it. I see.
Competing now is the winner of the gelding class under 12.2 hands. This is number 571. This is Elsie Cooper and Belgara Emirates, the winner of the gelding class under 12.2 hands.
Right, Trent, Channel 1's down.
Doing the mic swap now.
The RAA Ranger Draws have some surprises for lucky showgoers in the
So mics are swapped.
The RAA backing family fun. Simply indulge in the show with SA Zone Golden.
One of our young competitors who has just done a workout now is Elsie Cooper. Belgara Emeralds is the lovely horse that you're on here today. Tell us a bit about the successes you've had in the lead up to this show.
Well, we've been to a lot of shows, but we won champion small show hunter pony in Canberra, and that's really it, but we haven't been to that many shows before this show.
And tell us how you came upon this magnificent show hunter pony.
Well, we got him from Abbey Lovell. We saw him at Grand Nationals in Sydney.
You just fell in love and said, we need to know this pony.
Well, since the first day I met him, he was magnificent. He was a beautiful pony.
Tell you what, you ride as beautifully as you speak into a microphone. I think you've got a big future ahead of you, young lady. Elsie, lovely to chat to you. Whereabouts are you based?
Hahndorf. We live in Hahndorf, and we keep our pony at Oakbank Farm.
Well, we wish you all the successes you can have at the Royal Adelaide Show. Thank you for your time today. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay. Pony that just competed was number 538, the winner of the mare class under 11.2, and that was Broadwater Park Seasong, owned and ridden by Millicent Quigley Smith, winner of the under 11.2 mare class. So, one final pony to compete. It's competitor 577, the winner of the 11.2 to 12 hand class. This is Andrea Mary's Splash Dance, ridden by Ella Manning. Andrea herself from Meningie, Ella from the Adelaide Hills, and she rides a very successful little pony Splash Dance. Well, I'm sure many of you are sitting at home looking at this pony, think how cute it is, and it is that too. Having several riders, it's a wonderful pony, a great second pony for people, and well, I shouldn't preempt what's going to happen, but generally a good working little pony, so let's see what happens today. And again, this is a typical case of no colour prejudice, because this pony does certainly have a lot of white. He's got the big white socks, he's got the big white plays, he's got a splash under his tummy as well. But again, all in all, he's a great little pony, and he certainly can move, as we see there. So again, the judge certainly won't be taking into consideration the fact that he's got a lot of white splashed all over. confirm that is correct. No, not necessarily so. In fact, it could be the gelding class, the winner of the gelding class under 12-2. Because one pony was second in two classes. Number 527, it was second in the 11-2 to 12-hand class. It was also second in the under 12-2 gelding class. So we'll just have to wait, therefore, on our judge and our results. But I can confirm that number 527, and that's Ava Newbertel, has been called forward to vie for reserve champion with final call of Priory.
Okay, cool. So do you mind if I...
In front of the public grandstand.
Oh, perfect. That is like...
was first up,
they don't want to
and
sprint the horses.
yeah, just nailed it now, so I'm thrilled.
I'm going to try and nab an interview quickly with Millicent Quigley-Smith, the presentation of our reserve champion to this exhibit, Broadwater Park Sea Song. Congratulations once again, Millicent.
Thank you very much.
Millicent, you said you've only had this horse a little while now. You've competed at a couple of shows. This is going to be a real one for the memory book, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Who do we need to thank here today for contributing to this partnership and this success here today?
Just all the people that helped me, my mum, all people in the stands, Shauna, Annabelle, Tess, Teresa, Karen, and all my friends for helping.
All right, so I'll head on over.
Lovely ladies up here in their tweed, of course, a requirement of the show hunter classes, and to think these are the young riders of the future, lovely young ladies and magnificent exhibits.
Guys, is Joe staying up in the grandstand?
Belgara Emerald, congratulations to you today. Our champion show hunter pony, not exceeding 12.2.
This event is special because it's the premium wine show in Australia. South Australia makes 75% of Australia's wines, and this is where we have the best wine. If you want to understand wine and enjoy wine, come here.
It's great value, It really is. It's such good value. You can go to a tasting sort of event anywhere, but it's not going to be like thousands, like literally thousands.
There's some new wines that you don't ever see in some of the wineries. And to get such a broad spectrum of wine in one night is brilliant.
We're talking about wines that are just out on the tables here that are upwards of $150, $200 bottles, right down to your $20, $30 bottles, which are great to get into as well.
There is a wine here for everybody. There's about 70 different categories of wine, and you just got to get out there. You've got the freedom to pick up the bottle, put it in your glass and taste.
I think it's good that it's a little bit unstructured, and I don't mean that in a chaotic way. Nobody's here trying to stop you from opening a red or opening a white or whatever.
This beats like going to cellar doors and stuff. It just cuts all of that out. Like
the access to everything, no big queues to wait around for one bottle.
Fortunately, I spent the extra $10 to do the masterclass at 5:30. And that was fantastic to try the award-winning wines.
I keep coming back each year because I enjoy seeing the new vintages, the new wines, the new take on some of the old style wines. Amazing.
Let's celebrate the state.
The people.
The magic.
The memories.
The bright lights and high rides.
The sparkling eyes.
Over 2 full weekends.
The Royal Adelaide Show. The show of a lifetime. Pre-purchase tickets and save. theshow.com.au.
The original creators of freestyle motocross are back with the all-new Krusty Demons Rise of the Demon World Tour, featuring an all-star lineup of the world's best FMX riders, world record holders, Krusty babes, and fan favourites, including Australia's own Jackson Strong. This ain't no circus. Taking over the country with 12 massive shows. Tickets on sale now at Krusty.com.
It's a fantastic show this year, love it.
We come over to the Adelaide show here every year.
I'm really excited